that he would be speaking with G7 countries to announce or to discuss new sanctions. So again, you're seeing the West here trying to present a united front and impose sanctions, simultaneously together.
And what kind of sanctions can you put on broadcasters? Russian broadcasters.
Yes, that's been a big problem throughout this war is the kind of, misinformation that's been spreading around Russia, concerns that the Russian people are not getting the right information, that they're being, told lies, effectively, in terms of what's happening in Ukraine. And so the EU had already, started sanctioning some of these Russian broadcasters in the EU. They could no longer broadcast from the EU. And that's I think mutual. I think Russia has done the same, restricting the rights of foreign reporters in Russia as well. So a bit of tit for tat there when it comes to the press.
All right, Ines de la Quetara, thank you very much for your insight. I appreciate it. It's always interesting to talk to you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll talk to you later. This is a KFI and KOST HD2 Los Angeles from the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center. Let's go places like to the 110 in South LA.
Nothing in lanes, but definitely going to be a rough ride for you. First thing this morning, coming away from Manchester as you head northbound toward downtown and the 10. Now, the good news is as you make your way further northbound on the 110 through downtown toward the 101 off the 10, not looking too bad for the drive. Westbound side of the 10 Santa Monica Freeway, different story for you coming out of downtown, or through it rather, off of 60. That'll be rough for you right through Mid-City as you make your way toward Venice Boulevard. Does loosen up ahead as you continue toward the 405 into West LA. Got an update on something slowing down your drive, pound 250 on your cell phone. Keyword is KFI traffic, 5 southbound through the Santa Ana area. That'll be rough for your ride right now. As you come away from Main Street to Broadway, heading toward the 55, nothing in lane, just a little bit slow going for you to start things out for the morning drive. Westbound side of the 91, you'll see a rough go for the drive through Riverside and Corona off of Tyler as you make your way toward the 241 toll road. Got problems for you on the southbound side on the 15 before Ontario Avenue. It was a stalled out big rig that had the two right lanes taken away. It looks like that's just gotten you off to the right shoulder, but going to be busy for you, surprisingly, 15 southbound this morning, leaving the 91 as you make your way toward Ontario Avenue. KFI and the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Poliokini.
Checking your house for termites is not something we tend to do, especially if you don't even know you have termites. But it makes sense to call Pacific Coast Termite, even if you don't know, because first of all, you get a free inspection, free home inspection. Certain restrictions apply, and they're going to come out and tell you, number one, you don't have termites, great news, or you do and you don't know it yet, and it's early days, and that's when you want to grab these little buggers, because they start eating and munching, and your house is lunch immediately. So they'll come out and treat your home for termites without tenting. And that's important. I've tented before. You don't want to go there. That is a nightmare. Double bagging your food and then undouble bagging it when you come back, and the tent and going to a hotel. All of it. Pacific Coast Termite, truly, I believe, the way to go. You can even be home when they do the work. So call 800-PACIFIC, 800-PACIFIC. Visit PacificCoastTermite.com, 800-PACIFIC.
Pacific Coast Termite kills termites
The clean, friendly way.
Every 3 seconds there is a new victim of identity theft. A criminal could be applying for loans in your name, selling your personal information on the dark web. Now, protecting your identity can be very easy thanks to LifeLock by Norton. No one company can prevent all identity theft or monitor every transaction of every business, but LifeLock is simple and easy to protect yourself, and you'll save up to 25% off your first year when you go to LifeLock.com or call 1-800-LifeLock. Just use the promo code Hannity. 58 consecutive scoreless innings.
Add a piece of Dodger history to your collection with a Don Drysdale bobblehead presented by Bank of America. Saturday, May 14th at 7:10 when the Dodgers face the Phillies. For tickets, go to Dodgers.com/promotions.
With a Purigan whole house water filtration system, you know the water your family's drinking is safe. Sign up now and get zero down, no payments for the first 3 months, and free lifetime servicing. Know what you're drinking. Go to PuriganWater.com. PUR-water.com.
This is Jacob Emrani. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
Southern California weather from KFI. Sunny today. Highs in the mid-70s at the beaches to the lower 80s for Metro LA and Orange County. Mid-80s to lower 90s for the valleys, the high desert, and the Inland Empire. Right now in Irvine, it is 62. San Clemente 57, 61 in Long Beach, 56 in downtown LA. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Chris Little. This has been your wake-up call. Handle on the news is now.
Handle on the news. Handle on the news. And now, here's Bill Handel.
And good morning. Handel here and the morning crew. It's Thursday morning, May 5th. It's Cinco de Mayo. So you'll be seeing Cinco de Mayo parades, a lot of drinking, a lot of beer. In Mexico, Cinco de Mayo is a holiday, nobody cares. Here it is a big, big deal. The beer companies love Cinco de Mayo. And I try to stay away from downtown because Cinco de Mayo was a little crazy. I also stay away from St. Patrick's Day parades. I also stay away from birthday parties. I also stay away from actually celebrating any holiday. Joe, let me say a quick good morning. First of all, hello, Wayne Resnick.
Good morning, sir. I don't know if the KFI News Department is as on top of all the Cinco de Mayo deals as some of the local TV stations, but just so you know, at Chili's you can get $5 drink specials all day today.
Aren't they normally $5.25 or something?
$4.
Yeah, I know. Please, you're going to see a lot of Cinco de Mayo stuff. Do beer companies give you a break? Because that Cinco de Mayo is about beer for so many people. All right, Chris Little in for Jennifer today and tomorrow. Jen is coming back on Monday. Good morning.
Hey, Bill.
Oh, boy, is Mr. Excitement. Now, doesn't that sound...
Yeah, I was going to be in La Quinta today and tomorrow.
All right, well, there you go.
I'm here for Jennifer.
Yeah,
Which
there you go.
hey, Jennifer's a great person, and I fill in for her whenever I can.
What a crock.
I mean,
well, first of all, Jen is a great person, but you fill in her whenever you're forced to fill in for her.
Well, but guess who forces me?
Who are we kidding? Yeah, we have nobody else. Who else is going to work for minimum wage, huh?
Well,
Who?
Layla has done it in the past, and so has Joe Kwan, and so has Amy King.
You ever seen their paychecks?
No, they're hard to see. They're so small.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Alex, good morning.
Crozier's done it also.
Yeah, Crozier. But Crozier is, Crozier's been long enough around here that he's not too nailed. And good morning, Alex.
Good morning.
And Tyler, good morning.
Good morning from La Quinta.
Yeah.
Let me work remote today.
Yes. Hey, yeah. Yeah, board off. There are a couple of people that don't work remote in this world. All right, today, the aftermath of the leaked decision, putative, tentative decision on Roe v. Wade. We're going to talk about that because there are so many pieces. Corporate America, the abortion pill, restrictions, what are states going to do, just a lot of stuff going on, and a little bit about climate. And then at 9:30, it's Mo Kelly, and we'll do some entertainment news too. So we've got a full Thursday, except that it's, it is, I was just about to say, except it's not Thursday, but, usually I make a mistake. Wednesday, Friday, and then you go, no, Bill, it's insert actual day here. Oh, God, I started out, being correct. Go figure. All right, guys, ready to do it? Handle on the news. Wayne Resnick, Chris in for Jennifer today, and me, lead story.
Yeah, I know you're lying.
Well, L.A. County Sheriff Alex Villanueva is hitting with yet another retaliation allegation. And is this number 3 from high-end L.A. Sheriff's Department personnel, like assistant chiefs? This one is...
Department chief.
Yeah, department chief, 34-year veteran of the department. Yeah, not happy at all. Claiming
They're all saying the same thing.
Exactly the same story.
That the sheriff himself moved to cover up that incident in the jail where Bard kneeled on a guy's neck for a bit.
And they commented or reported or talked to him about it, and he did nothing, and the retaliation happened right after that. If they went beyond yes sir, we're fine with whatever you have to say. Is this going to hurt him on the re-election? Who the hell knows? Do people care?
Well, the largest union with the Sheriff's Deputies Union has decided to support him, endorse him, after they saw a bunch of information about the allegations and such. But it was on the line for a while. So he's got some support.
Yeah, oh yeah.
A deputy with the LA County Sheriff's Department, lots of stuff going on with LA County Sheriff's Department, has been charged with assaulting a woman. It apparently happened during a disturbance call last year, and then he's accused of making false claims about what happened. The guy apparently responded with 2 other deputies to a disturbance in Chatsworth, and during that time, they say he assaulted an unarmed 32-year-old woman, and then later falsified a report about what happened.
I wonder if the other 2 deputies reported him, because the story doesn't say. Because now, at least it is policy. I don't know if it's sheriff's policy, but certainly within the LAPD, for example, if an officer does not report an incident which another officer uses excessive force or does something along these lines, covers up whatever is being the misdeeds of another deputy. I don't know if that's policy within the Sheriff's Department. Well, based on what we know, no.
You have to ask that question every time there's a new sheriff.
Right.
Because the answer may be different.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember that situation? It was like 10 years ago now. A woman took her son, her little 7-month-old son, to Children's Hospital of Orange County, up to the top of the parking structure, and dropped him to the ground. And of course, the child died. And she had done this in the context of the father had been trying to protect that kid from the mom. And one day, Dad just went to take a shower.
And off she went.
She said, "Oh, here's my opening," and took the kid and did it. Well, she has been sentenced to 25 to life.
Yeah. And there's more to the story. The child had really severe disabilities. She had a very hard time with it. There's a whole history of her having a hard time with it. She tried to get out of it by pleading insanity.
Jury did not buy it.
Jury did not buy it. That's hard, getting off an insanity plea. So here she is. It's really unusual that it took this long to have her go to trial. And she gets credit for 3,900 days in custody prior to the sentencing. Boy, that is some time. All right, we're going to come back and do plenty more. In the meantime, let's check in with Chris Little, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
All right, Bill, hundreds of thousands of California taxpayers are going to get a total of $11.4 million through a nationwide settlement over so-called free online TurboTax products. A third official from the LA County Sheriff's Department, as we have said, has filed a legal claim saying the sheriff tried to cover up video of a deputy putting his knee on the inmate's head and neck. And a man whose black wife died shortly after giving birth to their second son has filed a civil rights lawsuit against Cedars-Sinai Hospital. He alleges the woman's death was the result of a culture of racism. We will take a look at your drive with Nick coming up next.
Navigating Medicare can be a bear. It's complicated stuff. A lot of different plans. They change every year. So if you're already on Medicare, do you switch? If you're about to sign up for Medicare, which program do you go on? This is where AGA Medicare Options comes in. They're going to help you decide. They're going to help you find plans that are accepted by your physicians, cover your medications at the lowest out-of-pocket cost, and they're going to give you information. And they're inviting you to a free dinner and educational Medicare seminar. No enrollments, no sales. It's all about you getting the information. There's a dinner and a seminar near you. Just either call pound 250 on your cell phone and say the keyword My Medicare, pound 250 on the cell, say My Medicare, or visit AGAMedicareOptions.com, AGAMedicareOptions.com.
We're expecting sun today, highs in the upper 60s at the beaches, 70s and 80s inland. This report brought to you by BWaterwise.com from the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center. Let's go places. Problems in South LA on the 110. Northbound
northbound side, right around Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, you've got a stalled-out car that has the right lane taken away. So that's why it's especially heavy for you this morning coming through South LA from before Manchester, and probably why you're not seeing too many delays for the northbound on the 110, at least for the moment. As you make way through downtown from the 10 to the 101, northbound side of the 5 coming out of Norwalk and Santa Fe Springs. From before the 605, that will be heavy stretches of slowing for you as you continue through Downey, Commerce, and East LA off the 710, especially heavy for you through Boyle Heights 5 northbound as you make way toward downtown LA and the 101. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Poliokini.
Buy a smart controller to irrigate your landscape. It knows when and how much water to use, so there's no waste. A great rebate will help offset the cost. This is how we save water. For tips and rebates, go to BeWaterWise.com.
This report is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Prime members, pick the perfect tulip centerpiece for your Mother's Day brunch at Whole Foods Market. Enjoy a 15-stem bunch of tulips for $9.99 each through May 10th, while supplies last. See more on the Whole Foods Market app.
My biggest shock is when someone gets into an accident and they don't call a lawyer. Or worse, they call the wrong lawyer. If you've been injured in any way, call Owen Patterson and Owen, 888-OPO-WINS, OPOlaw.com.
Cleveland Smith here from Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, and AC. Have you ever had a plumber to your house to fix something and felt totally vulnerable and they gave you an estimate? Is it a fair price? Is the estimate even for the right thing? I mean, really, how would you even know? Have you ever gotten an estimate only to find out later that it didn't include everything, so you end up paying more than you thought? It's frustrating. And if you ask me, it's totally unacceptable. When you call Service Champions for a plumbing problem, I'll make you a promise. Our technician will diagnose the problem right the first time, and the estimate you get is going to be the final price you pay, period. No guessing, no surprises, no funny business. Just a guaranteed price up front in writing. For clogged drains or any plumbing problems, call Service Champions at 833-777-7777 or at ServiceChampions.com.
Service Champions Plumbing, Heating, AC, and good for free.
Intuit is helping students go from classrooms to careers. Right here in LA, Intuit's Job Readiness Program empowers students with real-world financial literacy and entrepreneurial skills. Learn how Intuit is helping students in LA at intuit.com/jobreadiness.
Tanya, Isabella, Frank. These are the names of everyday Southern Californians doing extraordinary things. Adjusting thermostats, signing up for eco-friendly rebates, using clean electricity in their homes and businesses, all to create a clean energy California. And thanks to programs and rebates from Southern California Edison, we all have the power to ensure a clean energy future. Visit SCE.com/cleanenergy to learn more.
I just don't get it. We have a free society, open elections, and yet look at the waste products that run the city and the county. They make life driving more and more difficult with their road diets, cutting traffic lanes off for bike lanes and parking lanes and this and that. John and Ken trying to force us into mass transit weekdays at 2 on KFI. It's a Thursday morning, May 5th. Bill Handel here. KFI AM 640. We continue with Handel on the news with Wayne Resnick, Chris Little in for Jen today and tomorrow, and me. Okay, and me. Go ahead.
Yes, hi, Bill.
Yeah,
great.
Sorry.
Okay, what's interesting about this particular story is that a TikTok tip has led to the arrest of a guy who killed his girlfriend as he was found guilty. It was a viral hashtag on TikTok. It gets the credit for helping cops track down this guy because friends and family shared the story and photos of him on TikTok with the hashtag Justice for Daisy. And, as this Justice for Daisy hashtag on TikTok picked up steam, somebody saw the video and gave it to the LA County Sheriff's Department.
I've always wondered why criminal activity, somehow people brag about it on TikTok. It's gotten to the point where, hi, I just killed my girlfriend. Look at her body. I am an influencer. At what point, if you're going to kill someone, just make sure you're off social media?
You know, that's a great question. Maybe it's the lure of the 15 minutes of fame and,
Among the 2.5 million other people that put up a TikTok video that second,
well,
and then 2.5 million the next second.
Yeah, but when you get caught, then you become famous.
Oh, yeah, there you are. That's worth it. Here's a TikTok challenge. Kill a neighbor without anybody knowing about it for a while.
Oh, you might have just started a viral hashtag, Bill.
Yeah, good.
Be careful what you say.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Well, a federal judge has accepted a plea deal in Derek Chauvin's federal civil rights trial. He's being tried alongside the other 3 cops involved in the killing of George Floyd. And it will call for him to get between 20 and 25 years in prison. He's already got that 22.5-year sentence from the state for murder. And, oh yes, he will serve these sentences concurrently, which means he gets a nice benefit from this. He doesn't have to go back to state custody.
Yeah, he goes into federal court or federal custody, which, as Wayne has said many times, and that he has, certainly talked about it and given us more information. But it's just a better berth in federal prison. State prison, the food is horrible. Federal prison, you get pancakes, you get waffles and chicken.
It's not quite like that.
Oh, okay, but close.
I will just say that I've seen so many offenders want an outcome like this, where they have a state sentence and a federal sentence. They want to do it in federal, and I've never once seen a case where somebody was trying to make it so they'd serve both sentences in the state prison.
Now, here is a question, though, that if Chauvin were not going to plead guilty in federal court, maybe he would have been convicted anyway, but he wanted to go into federal prison. Under Minnesota law, he's eligible for parole after 15 years. Under state law. In federal court, he's going to do a good part of his 25 years, so he'll do at least, 22 years, 23 years, whatever 85% is. So he's giving up 8 years of prison that he might have gotten out. When you think about it, eligible for parole in 15 years versus a guaranteed 22 and 20 or 23 years in federal prison. I don't know if I wouldn't. Well, but then he's a cop too, and you have to be in solitary.
You're talking about taking a chance.
Yeah, of course.
That you end up with a life sentence from the feds on a case like this, since George Floyd died during this crime. And so what he's done, or his lawyers have helped him do the math here. He will burn off all of his state sentence before he's done with the federal sentence, ensuring he will never have to see the inside of a state prison again. And that's once you've got the state sentence and you're looking at a certain conviction and long sentence federally, the only strategy you have is, can I please not go back to the state?
Okay.
And that's what he's getting.
But he's guaranteeing himself a whole lot more years in jail without...
He's locking it in, but you're talking about, does he take a chance that he's going to be acquitted?
Yeah, that's true. And he's a cop. And you know that he's going to have to be in protective custody come hell or high water, and he's not going to be in a minimum security prison no matter what, because this is a murder. This is a violent crime.
Just a quick sidebar question, Wayne. Who has more room, federal or state prisons?
Well, the problem is every jail is different, and even every federal facility is different. But if you smush it all together in the aggregate, you're going to have more square footage in a federal facility, except for Supermax, of course, in Colorado, where those cells that you never get out of are extremely small. Yeah. But generally speaking, federal prison is better in every way.
Okay, not as crowded. Representative Matt Gaetz from Florida is facing a little criticism because he questioned how many, as he put it, overeducated, underloved women have taken part in protests supporting abortion rights, this, of course, after the draft ruling from the Supreme Court. I just don't understand why people put stuff out there like that.
Because he doesn't care. He has his base, and no matter what he says, it's a now what kind of thing.
Yeah, but wouldn't his mom say, "Hey, Matt, that's kind of mean"? I mean, kind of snotty.
if his mom would say that, she wouldn't have raised a Matt
Right.
Gates.
That's
to be a
that's
Matt
correct.
Gates. I'm not trying to cast aspersions on his mom, but I feel she did a crappy job.
Now, how many Matt Gates supporters, women, happen to be highly educated and are underloved? Well, does he lose any of those?
Probably not.
Not enough.
You mean the highly educated women who would support Matt Gates?
Yeah, for political purposes, not because.
Small.
I don't know. Yeah, well, I don't know. I think there are a bunch of highly educated people that support the MAGA
He couldn't think of anything intelligent to say about the issue itself, and so he ad hominem these protesters.
He's out of control.
He's got his own problems.
He does.
As we know.
Oh, yeah, big problems. So, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, AOC, everybody, these guys are crazy.
His resentment of these women is that if they're protesting for abortion rights, they're probably of childbearing age, and he doesn't necessarily go for that. Okay. Oh, this is me? Sorry, I was so pleased with my little joke there. Hey, guess who met with the House Select Committee investigating January 6th? Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump Jr. Did a virtual appearance that lasted a little over 3 hours, and boy, would I like to report on all the fireworks and the yelling and the screaming and the massive revelations. Apparently, it was boring, cordial, and uneventful.
Yeah, nothing's going to come out of these.
Are quotes from somebody familiar with it. I said boring because it sounds like it was boring.
There's nothing there. There's nothing there within the inner circle of Trump. Nobody said go ahead and push for the overrunning of the Capitol and the attacking of the police officers and an insurrection. No one said that. Donald Trump didn't say that. So I don't know where they're going. Now, the criminal stuff, the investigation of Donald Trump, for example, calling the Georgia Secretary of State, say, fined 11,000 votes. That may be interpreted differently, but not this one. So go ahead, ask your questions. And as soon as the Republicans take Congress, which is going to happen in midterms, and Kevin McCarthy, the first thing he's going to do is drop the investigation. The first thing he's going to do. So, yeah, I'll go talk. Who cares? All right, we're going to come back. We've got more handle on the news on this Thursday morning. Chris Little live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
California leaders are working on an amendment to the state constitution that would protect abortion rights.
Governor Newsom says the goal is to put the amendment in front of voters in November.
We will stand tall, we will stand firm, and we will affirm the currently constitutionally protected rights of women and girls, their reproductive rights and freedoms in California.
The governor criticized the possible Supreme Court decision to overturn Roe v. Wade at the Planned Parenthood LA headquarters yesterday. He says he's outraged by the possible decision. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
California is taking a look at creating some cyber currency regulations.
California is the first state to formally begin examining how to adapt to cryptocurrency and related technologies. Governor Newsom signed an executive order yesterday for agencies in the state to get in line with the federal government to develop regulations for digital currency. California may be the first to try and develop a comprehensive approach, but Ohio was the first state to attempt to accept virtual currency for government services in 2018. Though the program was soon discontinued because not a lot of people used it. Deborah Mark, KFI News.
LA County Health Director Barbara Ferrer says her team has been looking for COVID-19 underground.
Well, we've been monitoring wastewater concentrations for 4 sewer systems across the county. For the next couple of weeks, we're only able to report out on 2 of these systems.
Ferrer says officials have been watching the southern and eastern portions of the county along with the city of LA's wastewater during yesterday's briefing. Ferrer says they're waiting for a new testing contractor to help with the other 2 plants in the county. More than 1 million people have died from COVID-19. The U.S. reached that milestone this week. NBC has counted the number of Americans who have died from the disease between January 2020 and May 4th. We'll take a look at your drive after we check sports with Wayne.
The Dodgers sent the Giants home with a 9-1 rout, and San Francisco tumbled to 4th place in the NL West. Max Muncy did his part with the final dinger of the night.
The 2-1.
Fly ball left field. Heading back to the wall is Rupp. He watches go out, and the Dodgers pile on now. It is 9-1. More
The
importantly
boys in
for the
blue are
Dodgers,
off today.
Muncie showing signs of coming out of the slump.
Oops, sorry, I talked from Crew's little observation there. The boys in blue are off today. The Angels' Jared Walsh was a slugging sensation against the Red Sox. He supplied the game-tying RBI to take the game into a 10th inning and then came back with a 3-run shot to lead the Halos to a 10-5 victory. That series concludes today at 10:30 with Shohei Ohtani starting. And the Kings lost Game 2 of their NHL playoff series against the Oilers by a score of 6-0. That series stands at 1 game each. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
If you bought a new car after 2015 and it just doesn't work well, you've gone back time after time to repair it, you probably have a lemon. And I've been doing handling the law for 30 years, and I've never found a lemon law attorney that I was comfortable recommending. So let me introduce you to the Knight Law Group, because they are. The Knight Law Group helps you deal with the dealers, with the manufacturers, if you have a lemon. You may have rights under the California lemon law. And this law is designed to basically help you deal with that problem. How do you do it on your own? So call the Knight Law Group. You may have the right to substantial cash compensation or the repurchase of your car, and you don't pay a thing out of pocket to have them help you. Call for a free consultation. The Knight Law Group, 844-43-LEMON, 844-43-LEMON, or visit knightlaw.com, and that's Knight with a K, knightlaw.com.
Southern California weather from KFI. Sunny today. Highs in the mid-70s at the beaches to the lower 80s for Metro LA and Orange County. Mid-80s to lower 90s for the valleys, the high desert, and the Inland Empire. Let's check out the drive with Jeff Baum.
Good morning, Chris. Morning to you. Boy, we're dealing with a little marine layer rolling in here. We'll see what happens up to kind of murky stuff. Let's go over a few things that are unusual. First, if you're going into downtown Los Angeles, around Spring Street in between 6th and 7th, there's been an all-night affair going on there. Police and fire, kind of a dreadful thing, really. Investigation going on. So just be careful if you're going in there. Again, that's Spring Street in between 6th and 7th. It's a popular spot. And the Malibu Calabasas run is quite unusual. Malibu Canyon at Las Vegas, where it changes names, that Piuma power pole down. It happens a lot, unfortunately, but it's supposed to be closed in both directions. I'll try and get a look at that. Right now, I'm looking at the 101 over Laurel Canyon. Both sides are doing pretty well here. You're coming through Castaic now, coming down from Quail Lake. Around Pyramid Lake, there's been a bad crash on the southbound side, but after that, I think you'll be okay in the Santa Clarita. And finally, the New Hall Pass.